Welcome back to Circuit and Soul. Man, it has been a minute. Happy belated Thanksgiving. Because of the holiday season, I have not been able to post any videos for the last couple weeks. I think it's been 3 weeks actually since my last post. And just a really busy time of year for my family and I, and I'm super behind on stuff. And so trying to get back into the flow of things. So today we are taking a look at, you could probably tell by the box, the A Ma Maniére collaboration with Jordan brand on the Jordan 6. Longtime subscribers of my channel, you know that the Jordan 6 is by far and away my favorite Jordan. And when they announced this release, I had to have them, dude. This was also my first hit on an equal raffle. EQL. I'm assuming that's short for equal. I don't know. This was an EQL raffle, and it was my first hit using EQL, so I'm excited for that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get these out of the box, shall we, and check them out. So we adjourn to the overhead. So this box is very clean. It is a black box with the Jordan Jumpman and the A Ma Maniére. I'm going to struggle with that for the whole video, by the way, just so you know. The A Ma Maniére logo under the Jumpman, very clean. The top of the box gives you like a tumbled leather feel, almost. It's really nice. I'll get close-ups of the box in a moment. There's also some artwork on the underside that I will also talk about in a moment. Give you a little sneak preview of that. It's pretty cool. So right away we are met with the A Ma Maniére paper, which has a very premium feel. And the sneakers themselves, which look to be pretty mummified. I have not had a chance to even take a peek at these. I normally try to sneak a peek. I have not had a chance to do that with these. And yeah, these are, oh man. Oh man. These are thoroughly mummified. I am going to keep this box for a little bit, but I'm not keeping any of this paper. But anyhow, that was a thing. Sneaker number one. Right off the bat, I love these, man. Let's unmummify sneaker number two, shall we? They really go above and beyond with this wrapping. Sneaker number two. Very nice. Also in the, wait a minute. I'm supposed to get some extra laces. Hopefully they're tucked in the sneakers. Yep, there they are. I panicked there for a minute. So here's some black laces. Very nice. And there should be some yellow ones here somewhere. There we go. I think the actually the official colorway for these is Sail. Sorry, my camera is struggling to focus here. There we go. These are some Sail laces. So, nothing else in the box. I will keep this tissue paper, but the mummified wrapping can go away. I apologize for the horrible sound I just made on the microphone. All right, here they are in all their glory. The A Ma Maniére Jordan 6 in the smoky mauve colorway. And oh my goodness, these are gorgeous, dude. Gorgeous. I can't express how much I like this colorway. The pictures don't do it justice once you have them in hand. These are so nice, dude. So we'll start with the upper. The entire upper is this smoky mauve, is what they're calling it, colorway. It's almost like a gray with a tint of mauve to it. It's really nice. And one other design note to point out right away is they did away with the bubble that's typically up here on the ankle of a Jordan 6. It's just flat. They still have the holes where the bubble goes, but it's just flat, and they put this little accent line right here, which I really dig. This could be something that a few sneaker enthusiasts don't like, but I dig it. I think it looks really nice. It makes the shoe look even cleaner. And it's a nice little design point. I like it. Other than that, the entire upper, like I said, the smoky mauve color, it is a typical Jordan 6 in design, other than the missing bubble. Very solid, very clean on both sides of the shoe. You have hits of a darker mauve color on the tongue and on the pull tab. And then on the pull tab also you have this like much darker purple. It's almost like a brown. And that is also accented on the midsole. We'll get into that in a moment. The lace lock is a lighter mauve color. And the Jumpman on the tongue matches the top of the tongue. The lace lock kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. I think I may have gone with a darker color to kind of match the tongue with the pull tab, but because it kind of sticks out. Yeah, I'm not digging that. It is what it is, though. They come pre-laced with these mauve, like ashy mauve laces that match the upper. I'm most likely going to use the sail. I might do a sail on one side and a black on the other, but I'm for sure not going to keep these laces on because they match the upper perfect, and you guys know how much I love contrast. So on the inside of the shoe, really quick. Oh, God, they've got a lot of paper packed in there. Man, they pre-lace these really tight. Like, really tight. Oh, there we go. We can breathe. So on the inside of the tongue, you have the A Ma Maniére branding all on the inside of the tongue. And then typical for A Ma Maniére, they have the quilted lining on the inside. Almost like a high-end, like the inside of a high-end jacket. Feels really nice to the touch. I'm interested to see how that's going to feel on feet. And then inside we have Nike Air branding. Sorry, my camera's not going to focus on that. My apologies. I'll get close-ups of all of this stuff. On the midsole, they have more of that like ashy mauve color with that brown, that same, and I say brown, it's like a darker purple. That's on the pull tab, is also on the midsole. And then instead of the icy blue, they have like a milky semi-translucent hit on the air units, which I like personally because they stay cleaner longer. So the icy blue looks really nice, but it's more upkeep. So when they do something like this, I feel like it's easier to take care of. But more of the same on the inside. And then on the outsole, it is a standard Jordan 6 tread pattern with your Jumpman right there at midfoot. Oh, I don't know. I think I forgot to mention this. Also on the heel, they have the Nike Air branding other than the Jumpman, which I personally like that more than the Jumpman. So I'm glad to see that there. The only difference between the two shoes is on the right shoe, typical of a Jordan 6, it says Air Jordan at the top of the tongue. And on the left shoe, it says Maniére on the top there. That's the only difference between the two shoes that I can see. Let's pull the paper out of this guy and double check, shall we? Come on. My goodness. There we go. Yep, that's the only difference between the two shoes. So pretty cool details there. All right, and before we go into some close-ups, just some quick information about the artwork on the inside of the lid. It is done by a gentleman named Jamie Holmes, and it is titled Malcolm. And it is a really nice piece. It is one of the reasons why I'm deciding to keep this box. Longtime subscribers, you know I typically don't keep my boxes, but I am keeping this one. Mostly because it's a really nice box, and because of this art piece on the inside is really nice. I like it a lot. That's a really nice touch. Other than that, I think we've covered it all, so let's go ahead and get some close-ups of these beauties, shall we? All right, so on feet, these are pretty comfortable, standard for a Jordan 6. They don't feel much different. They do feel a little bit different around the ankle area, actually, I should say, because of the quilted pattern. Personally, I like it. I think it feels pretty nice. I imagine there's some people out there that would prefer the standard stitching on the inside, but I kind of like the quilted pattern. Other than that, they feel like a standard Jordan 6. Retail for these was an eye-watering $225. Normally, I would say that's robbery for 1990s sneaker tech, but the premium materials that they use, the suede is buttery soft, and with the stitching and just the overall like feel of the sneaker itself, I would say that price tag is worth it for this particular pair. But yeah, typically I have an issue with what Nike charges for their retro sneakers, given the technology used. But they know what they're doing, and they know that people are going to buy them, so they're not going to drop the price. But anyways, in this particular instance, that price tag is justified, in my opinion, with the materials that they used. It's a really nice sneaker overall. As far as availability goes, you can still find these for retail in some sizes. Funny enough, like, I was very anxious about entering the raffle for these, but they are still available in a size 12 on several websites, so it is what it is. But if they are still available at the time I post this video, I'll post links down below on where you can still find these for retail in some sizes. But just know that if you have to go resale, the resale pricing is hovering around what retail was. So not a super hyped sneaker. But I, for one, I love it, and I'm not regretting my purchase whatsoever. Absolutely love this sneaker. All right, that's all I have for this one. Thank you again for stopping by. Please smash that like button if you enjoyed this video and help feed that algorithm. I hope you have a great afternoon, and like always, thank you for watching.